Hey YouTube, how's it going? Felix here. Today we're in the 2020 model year Renault Clio V. This one is an S-Edition with the 1.3 litre TCE EDC turbo petrol automatic engine. If you haven't seen any videos about this car, I'll link the playlist up there in the top right hand corner, you can have a little look. But in this video I want to talk about fuel economy. Over the past few thousand miles here in my Renault Clio, I've been seeing really good fuel economy numbers out of this car. Sort of what I would think would be almost too good for a car like this with a 1.3 litre turbo petrol engine. So in this video, I want to check whether the trip computer in the Renault Clio is actually accurate. Are these numbers a lie? Is the Renault lying to us? Or are they actually accurate, and are they actually this good? So we're going to do a little bit of a test and measure how much fuel it uses over a certain mileage. And yeah, let's see if the Renault is true or not. Let's go. Okay, so I just filled up the Clio with 35 litres of petrol, and I'm going to reset the trip computer, which I do using this button here, I believe, if I can get it right. OK, like this, hold down OK here with my finger, hold down the OK button, and we reset the trip, and let's see what the real fuel economy of the Clio is. So it's a cold morning here today, and I've just walked into the car, and the dial counter, so the design here of the digital driver's display has changed from the normal design I have to this other one, which has a rev counter. What is going on, Renault? Like, the electrics in this car are just so dodgy that, like, why has this happened? I didn't change this. What's happened? Like, the system, like the software, just is completely whack, and I think it especially gets bad when it gets cold outside. I think everything was much worse last year when it was cold. Yeah, it's just weird. Okay, so YouTube, I'm here at the petrol station once again. I'm about to fill up the Renault so we can calculate the real fuel economy. I have covered 472.5 miles. I'm absolutely on the fuel reserve here. I've used the entire tank of petrol, completely drained it to get you the best figures. And if I just move this onto this one, you should be able to see, where is it? Past the leaf. There you go, 63.4, so 63.4 miles per gallon is what the Renault is saying I've achieved so far on this tank of fuel. So let's see if it's accurate once we do the calculation. Okay, so let's do the maths and work out how much fuel we used and what our real miles per gallon was in the Renault Clio V over that distance. And that distance there was almost entirely on the motorway, driving at 70 miles an hour. I always drive the speed limit, and so that's pretty much the best case scenario, in my opinion, of what you're going to get out of a 1.3 litre EDC Renault Clio V. It won't get much better than this number. So because of the ridiculous units we use here in the UK, which is our imperial plus metric measurements, it's a complete joke. So we have to use one of these websites to calculate it for us, because it's very complicated. But we did 472.5 miles, and we used 37.37 litres of petrol. Ridiculous mixing imperial and metric, but whatever. Oh, and I've got that wrong. It's 37.37. There you go. Calculate that right. Oh, look at this. So what's that? 57.48 miles per gallon. What? But the Renault Clio was saying we were doing 63.4. Can you remember that? The Renault Clio said 63.4. So this is way lower in real life. It's 6 miles per gallon lower in real life. And to be honest, this is sort of to be expected. I think many trip computers on many cars overcall it. They produce a number which is too good, when in reality it's a bit lower. But still, this is pretty good if you ask me. And then this is a bit more realistic. For our European friends, that means the real fuel economy of a Renault Clio V, I think best case scenario, is around 4.91 litres per 100 kilometres. And what the Renault was suggesting, if we just use one of these converters here, the Renault was suggesting 63.4. So the Renault was saying it would do 4.46 litres per 100 kilometres, when in reality it's more like 4.91, or say 5 litres per 100 kilometres is more realistic. So I hope that's been useful for people, and yeah, don't trust the trip computers on your cars, because they're lying to you in many cases. But yeah, the Renault's not too bad, and I'm still really happy with that number. I think it's pretty good. Okay, YouTube, so by my calculations, it looks like the trip computer here in the Renault Clio V overestimates the fuel economy by about 10% or so. Of course, there are loads and loads of variables in fuel economy, so we can never be quite sure, but I reckon the numbers it says in here are about 10% too high. Which it's not, the Renault Clio is not alone in having that problem. Lots and lots of cars, in fact every car I've ever tested, tells a number which is too big versus reality. But you know, it is what it is. And just in case you're interested in my driving style, I do a lot of motorway miles in this car. I drive mostly on the motorway, and when I go on the motorway I drive between 65 and 70 miles an hour, which is around 120 kilometers an hour, something like that. And whenever I go on the motorway I always use the little eco button here on the Renault Clio 5. You can click this button. I don't think it really does that much, to be honest, apart from it dulls the throttle response, so it makes the throttle a bit less sensitive, and it definitely does something with the heating system. It makes it a bit less, probably, runs a bit more efficiently. It's also, here in the UK, it never gets warm really, so I don't use the air conditioning ever, but I do use the heating system in this car. And yeah, eco mode always on, and I drive nice and sort of a eco-friendly speed. And probably the most important thing for your fuel economy is to check your tyre pressures. I check my tyre pressures all the time, at least every 300-400 miles. I check my tyre pressures, make sure they're good, and yeah, if you do all those things, hopefully you can get fuel economy numbers like mine, but yeah, definitely a little bit lower than what the Renault is suggesting. Hope you found this video useful. If you're interested in more Renault videos, then definitely check out the playlist. I'll link it in the description below and up in the top right hand corner of the screen. And yeah, if you'd like more Renault Clio videos or just other random car videos, then maybe consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. Really helps with the algorithm. I'll check you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.